welcome back to meetrabbits.org. So today I'm just going to do a quick video, show you how I make my cheap and easy hay racks for the cages. These are nice, they keep the hay outside the cage, so you know, if you have fines or seed or anything falling, they're actually falling to my barn floor, and then I can get them swept out and they're not falling as much into the drop pans. Sometimes you get some in the drop pans because they pull it in, they eat it, and some of it goes down into the drop pans. It's not anything I'm too concerned about, but I do use the shavings and waste from the pans in my garden and in my elderberry field out back. I use it to mulch everything out. Rabbit manure is a cold manure. It can go straight on to anything that you've got. And the shavings make a nice mulch, so it all works out. But you know, yeah, if you have some hay or hayseed in there, you could potentially be spreading some grass seed around too. So that's kind of up to you. The topic of whether or not to feed hay to your rabbits, I like it. It's an issue topic for another day. We can discuss. Definitely a lot of opinions, and I know I'm going to get some comments. They only need pellets. They do only need pellets, and that's fine. If you only want to use pellets, only use pellets. But this helps to ensure that, one, there's extra feed in there without going too high on their calorie count, making anybody fat, and two, it keeps their digestion nice and cleaned out. It's good fiber for them, and that's important. Their bellies always need to be moving. Stasis is a bad thing, and there are times when I'm only feeding pellets, and there are never any times when I'm only feeding hay. There's always pellets for the balanced ration, hay as a supplement. So but like I said, don't want to get too deep into that topic because if it's a discussion for another day. But if you're deciding to feed hay, you're going to want a cheap solution for feeding it, and this works great. Now you can make them out of wire if you want to form and bend your own wire. Those are a great option. I'm pretty sure that Homestead Rabbits, BHA Rabbitry, I'm pretty sure she's got a set of instructions on there on how to make one out of wire. Other various things have been used. Some people use like a bird suet feeder, or take one front off it and clip that on and use it. And then they sell them too, but the ones that they sell, I just feel like they're really overpriced, and these work great. They last for years. They're plastic, they're inside, they're fine. So all I'm doing is I am cutting down a plastic storage basket. Like I said, some people call them, especially those of us who've worked in preschool, might call them a pencil basket, whatever. But this one happens to be Sterilite that I got through Walmart. A little over $1 a piece now. They were $1 a piece when I started, and then inflation, and I think they might be $1.20 now, but still really cheap. Beats $10 a cage on the hay racks that you will find as hay racks. This size is an 11 by 4 by 8, and then when you cut that down, it's a great size to be feeding enough hay and not too much. This is an example of one that's finished, and then when I'm done, they just get zip tied on the outside of the cage. So sometimes my husband cuts these down for me in the shop. Today I'm just going through them. I've got this pair of nippers, any good solid nippers, even a good solid pair of scissors would do it. And I'm really just cutting through. And make sure I get the same side on the other side. Now, I can actually make two different sizes of these. I usually just cut them in half, and that's, that gives me 2 per cage. So we're looking at about 60 cents per cage, not really $1.20 per cage, even though $1.20 would be nothing to sneeze at. But on some of the bigger cages, I just cut off this top row right across here, and I'll use it sideways, and that gives about twice the size. And I use those on cages if I have, usually they're the grow out transition cages where there's more animals. I might consider doing it on a doe's cage because sometimes, they've got kits in there for 5-6 weeks and they start eating, and that gives them more to go around without too much competition. one more little snip there, and that's it. Now we've got 2 baskets. So the stickers bug you, rip the stickers off, not too hard. And you know, I put these on different cages. Sometimes I put them on the door, kind of depends on the cage and what I've got around. And then sometimes I end up moving them because, you know, no matter where you put the stuff, the rabbits are going to make their own decision about how they should arrange their household. And what I don't like is when the hay rack is over their poop corner. I like it better when they choose a different poop corner, but sometimes if they do, I'll just snip off the zip ties and move that to a better spot so that it's not blocking up the manure falling through. So these are the little giant cages that I just built. Nice thing about the plastic is it does give you a little flexibility to widen or shrink depending on where your wire's falling and how that's working out. Cold hands, cold plastic, but we'll get it there. I do sometimes use the wire zip ties. I have a love-hate relationship with them. They're nice because, you know, the rabbits can't chew through them. Once in a while you will get somebody, and it seems to always be the same ones, that will always have to chew your zip tie off. And those ones I'll move to metal, but they leave a sharper end. So I don't love having them, and if you do use them, you want to make sure that your knot on the cable tie is on the outside, because when you clip that extra off on the metal ones, not really a big deal on the plastic ones, but it does leave a sharp side there that you don't really want on the rabbits. So 4, 6 if you really want it, but there's really no weight to these, so you don't need too many zip ties. You do need to get them the right direction. And that's it. You know, 4 zip ties, we're done. If I can find where I set down my nippers, I'm just going to trim off the extra. Really not a whole lot to show, but kind of one of those more, you know, getting the hack, getting the information out there to help you all find a cheaper, easier solution for feeding hay in your rabbitry. And, you know, every little bit helps. Everything that we can save is just making the animals more and more efficient. So it's a win. So that is the hay rack in a nutshell, and I'll let you go, and we will do some more on another day. Thanks for watching.